What does he do if we knows it?
I think he just draws one in here, doesn't it?
It's got to be perfect.
I could play something like this too.
And unlock it.
Loosen this. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Opens it up, right? If I ever did something like this and he stuffs that.
Let's make that, Kevin.
Yeah.
Like
could, but you don't.
third of a quarter rock, third of a rock. Make
At
a
least
perfect
it
freeze.
opens it up, right? If I ever.
For two.
Ability to throw it that hard, that accurately. Here comes another one.
Late licks come across.
Hey!
And how's that?
Conversation on everything.
Has stopped their clock, and they are given that technical timeout for that discussion. So as he throws his
Hard ball.
go, go, go! Get across. Oh,
Get Bruce.
You're not heavy. Do it. You're good. And there they are, and it is. After all that.
Group. You know, you hear Benny play it or say it on in the video. Let's just nose Y3. What do you think about that?
It's pretty good. If you make it, then you've replaced that Y3 with an R3, and now you've got sort of control of that area to run it back. Problem is they might just guard that, and then you have to make that tough out turn, come around, or slide off the Y4 just to get your one. So it's or they might nose it back. You nose, they nose. Now what do you got, sort of a thing. So yeah, it's okay. It does leave you that control rock, but it's not ideal.
Okay, how about the sort of hack weight hit on Y4 that they talk about in the video, and not a lot of puzzlers called?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like hack might be a little too much. Let's say back ring somewhere. If you could get just slightly across the face of Y4 and sit lined up between the Y3 and the Y4, your rock can't be removed. You'd be buried behind that double center-ish situation. But it's pretty hard to get your deuce again. Like now they're second and fourth or whatever it would be, but it's gonna be pretty hard for you to score your deuce if they just played out turn freeze to that situation. I don't know where you get to. And that's if you make it perfectly. What if you hang a little bit and nose it and they guard that side? Or what if you overcurl a bit and kick to the button and then they just plays that short little run back and now you're dead. Like you can't even get one. So
Yeah.
One thing, if you make it, it's not great, but if you miss it, it's even worse. So.
So I guess my big takeaways are this from this puzzle are number one, avoiding the unacceptable. You know, it's a tight game. We're sort of moving towards the tail end of the game, the last three ends. Let's not put ourselves into a hole by letting him steal one. So by playing this shot as opposed to some of the others, he's always got a way in to score one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to try and get a multiple and get control of the game back, but you really have to score. You're down 2 or 3 to play against a team like Mo. You know, the math starts to get pretty sketchy.
Okay.
Opens it up, right? If I ever did something like this and he stuffs that.
Let's make that, Kevin.
So if he misses it, and say he just runs back the Y3, he's still got 2 roots in. And if he blasts and he hits his red 4 out, same deal again. He's always going to get his 1. So that's pretty important to him, I guess.
Yeah, there's a high likelihood he's going to leave himself a shot for 1. The only thing you can do that'd be really bad is to hit the Y3 really thin, jam it right up against that Y4, and all those 2 4s go away. Maybe that Y3 spins the edge of the button, and then Mo can guard that, and then it's starting to look like a steal. So he's going to throw a bomb, so he's got some skills that most of us don't have. The likelihood of that happening are pretty slim. It's going to backfield with a ton of spin on it. But so there is one bad thing that could happen, but for the most part, he's pretty confident that he's going to have a chance to score, and with a little luck, he might get a multiple. Like I say, if you have to think about what do we get if I make it perfectly, that's great. And what if I'm just kind of in the ballpark and don't quite make it perfectly? With this slash thing, if you make it perfectly, all sorts of opportunities open up. If you even as long as you're in the ballpark, you're going to probably have a chance to score with your last one. Whereas the draw, we talked about that little quiet, maybe back ring tap on the Y4. If you make it perfectly, probably best case scenario is you're getting 1. And if you miss it by a little bit, don't get shot rock with it or something. Now you're looking at a steal of 1 or 2. So it's kind of when you make those decisions, it's not only what if I make it perfectly, but what if I'm in the ballpark and don't quite make it? How bad or how good does it look? So
yeah, that's it. Like, I mean, if Kevin Cooey is considering the what ifs I miss, I mean, maybe the rest of us should be considering that as well. So often, and you see it in our group, to be honest, people are saying, yeah, easily just, make the slash 3-4, or come on down and bump that Y4 back. But Kevin's considering, like, what if I roll to that button? That's just going to leave me in purgatory. So if he's considering that aspect, I think my takeaway is I need to be considering that what if I get a 3 out of 4, and I just roll off a bit, and that's not so good.
No, it is kind of a game of misses in a lot of ways. You have to really be aware that things go things go a little wrong even when you're close, and if that leaves you in jail, then you probably need to look for something else.
Yeah, super. Okay, great. Thanks, Mickey.
You bet.